the second affirmative speaker, I'll be defending my partner on these claims against the reputation she just presented. And she claims that the longer it takes to build the train is the more expensive. The more expensive it gets. That was her justification for the misleading of the $30 billion going into 45 years. Yeah, that makes sense, but railroad tracks are not built overnight, and there's many permits required before building things like taking projects like this, because they're huge and there's a huge amount of money that needs to be used in this. You can't build a railroad track in 1 year. Of course, that's not valid. She also talked about how there's the train does not go as fast as proposed because of the technology that has developed. Like this, I don't know what her claim really was. I mean, technology has developed, so doesn't that mean that trains should be able to go faster now instead of going slower than they should? And she's also talked about how it's dangerous, highways are dangerous, but I don't know, she didn't give any information about this, how it's more dangerous, and how actually she didn't mention how flying in airplanes is the most safe transportation there exists. You're most likely to die in a car accident than die from an airplane crash. And talking about the money revenue from this train, there is the expected usage for this is okay. Okay, she mentioned that the railroad tracks will be more greener, meaning that it will harm less our environment because of the use of combustion or whatever. Actually, that actually contradicts yourself, because whenever you build railroad tracks, you're gonna damage the environment. So that's why, besides the economical issues that have aroused from high-speed railroad projects, environmental issues also have to be taken into consideration. The proposed high-speed rail could significantly impact 140 to 180 parks, wildlife refuges, and protected open spaces. Some of the affected areas right now are the Henrico State Park and Forest Timber, Don Edwards National Wildlife Refugee Wilderness, Southern California State Beaches, including San Clemente, San Carlsbad, and more, and cornfields and tailor yard properties, Elation Park in Los Angeles. And I also have a list of just the LA parks and wildlife that could be affected, and only the LA County, which are Chevy, Coast Park, Chase Park, Cypress Park, Downey Playground, Apollo, Los Angeles State Historic Park, Elation Park, Griffith Park, North Oak Water Park, and Current Lake. All these are wildlife and parks that could be affected, that are going to be affected if this rail is constructed. The DEIR is a draft environmental impact report, and this is a document that should contain all the information about the negative wilderness impact that could be caused by the construction of the Proposition 1A. And federal and state laws require that the new transportation projects not harm parks unless there is no credible and feasible explanation of all possible planning to minimize harm to the park, recreation area, and wildlife. The DEIR does almost nothing to indicate that everything possible has been done to minimize harm to those protected areas. DEIR has presented no discussion of the quality impacts to protect the resources, and it has a incomplete list of the names of parts that could be affected because of this, and this is considered an omission, and because of this, the DEIR fails to meet basic requirements set by state laws, and it has failed to mention that the routes through Henry Cole State Park violate California Wilderness Act. So from this, the EIR, there has been proposed another route for the DER to present, and they have failed to provide information on this. And this is a better route because it may provide a high-speed rail system to one of the fastest-growing areas in California. And San Joaquin Valley area is already at 1 million population, which is if it actually passes through there, it has more benefits, but that would be an option that could be presented by DR, but they have failed to present this with this to back up this other option.